That should have been it. That should have been a knockdown. Having said that, let me stand up. Shannon, Ocho, I got to apologize on national television to that brother Lamont Roach. I didn't give him much of a chance in this fight because I thought he was the smaller guy moving up. I didn't expect him to be in the ring bigger. And from opening bell, he walked right to Tank Davis. I was stunned. And the brother can fight. I'm very impressed with Lamont Roach. He put on a great performance, and he wants his love on national television right now. We need to give it to him. This brother is special for the sport of boxing. He can fight, and he can take a punch.
Tank want a rematch. Let me know now. Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank
100%.
again?
It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in D.C.
Okay, cool.
I'd love for it to be in D.C.
Stephen A. Smith just shocked the entire boxing world, live on national TV, by confirming what fans have been begging for. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. 2 is officially happening June 21st in Las Vegas. And this rematch ain't just a fight, it's a statement. Because after all the chaos, the controversy, and the clash that ended in a majority draw, it's time for the smoke to settle once and for all. Tank fans, Roach fans, and everyone in between, we got unfinished business on our hands. Let's break it all down, because this one's about to get way deeper than you think.
Is if the rematch is what I'm hearing is June the 21st in Las Vegas, not the Barclays in New York, but they moving it to Las Vegas, man.
Let's rewind to March 1st. Gervonta Davis stepped into the ring with a flawless 30-0 record and 28 knockouts. Dude was untouchable.
Give you my picks on 3 fights taking place Saturday night at the Barclays Center in New York City between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, Gary Russell versus Jose Valenzuela, and Sandor Martin versus Alberto Puello. Gervonta Davis uses knocks somebody out inside of 85 punches because he's clearly capable of that. But I just see this as being a kind of fight where he's going to have to run him down. He's going to have to walk him down, rather, and he's going to have to throw some punches before he ultimately catches him. And that's how I view it. So I'm going to go with more on this particular one. Next up.
But Lamont Roach? He didn't get the memo. He pulled up to Vegas with a chip on his shoulder and nearly ended the Tank hype train in front of the world. That night ended in a majority draw. And honestly, it left everybody with more questions than answers. One judge had it 1-1-4 to 1-1-4. Another scored it 1-1-5 to 1-1-3 for Roach. And the last one gave it 1-1-5 to 1-1-3 to Tank. Social media was in shambles. Fans were divided, and even fighters in the crowd were side-eyeing that scorecard.
All the talk throughout the years, what you would do against somebody like Tank, your style versus his, was that not the blueprint? And can you not do 10x that?
I'm not even going to shit on him. But look, I want some money tonight. That's all I'm happy for. I want money tonight.
Shakur, tell us something, bro. Like, what did you think about the decision?
I ain't going to shit on him.
Okay.
We still got to see each other. He say he want to fight me, so we going to fight.
But what do you think about the decision?
I told him I won.
You thought Lamont won. Got you. I'll talk to you later, Shakur. Good looking.
But here's where things got messy. Round 9 of that fight might go down as one of the weirdest moments in Tank Davis's entire career. Midway through the round, Gervonta suddenly takes a knee, then jogs over to his corner, asking his team to wipe his eyes, claiming hair grease from Roach had gotten into them.
Yeah, he's been waiting. What happened?
I'm one of the best fighters in the world, man. And it showed tonight. He probably wasn't welling when he said that grease got in his eye. But if you voluntarily take a knee and the rest start counting, it should be a knockdown. If that's a knockdown, I win the fight. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not banking on that knockdown to win. I just, I just thought I pulled it out. What happens next? Shit, I hope we can run it back. I want to run it back.
Now pause. This wasn't just a little glove adjustment or some sweat. Tank literally paused a fight in a championship bout to deal with his face.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and like you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that, or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
If that moment was judged by the book, that's a 10-8 round for Roach. No debate. And if that happens? Roach walks out with the WBA lightweight belt. Gervonta takes his first ever loss. Whole different timeline.
This is my opinion. Sure. It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Depending on what they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses the decision, or I think a draw was meant to be. So I like the draw. No, if you take the knee, man, if you take the knee in the 90s or in 2000, you're taking a point off. That's the bottom line. You're taking a point off. I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck. Maybe he was a little, because he loves Tank. He loves New York. He loves the big lights. The referee with the eyes, he's like, a point should be deducted if you take a knee. It's a fact. It's in the rule book, right? The fact that they didn't take it away, then that's where the controversy is, right? It's not, look, did Gervonta get hit? Was he dazed? Who knows? Only he knows. But what I saw, when you take a knee, that's an automatic point. That's just the rule. This is not basketball. This is not, this is not basketball where, wait, hold on, my ankle hurts. Hold on, let me take a timeout. You don't take timeouts in boxing. It just doesn't happen. Whether he had something in his eye or not, you have to fight. There's 3 minutes to fight. So if you take a knee, if you go to your corner, I mean, the rules are the rules. And I don't know what New York is gonna settle on, but the rules are the rules.
Honestly, I thought I should have won without that being counted a knockdown. Look, I ain't the ref. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to wipe sweat out his eye, he had to wipe sweat out his eye. But the rules do state, if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's an automatic 8 count. But it is what it is. I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in it. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that. But if that was kind of a knockdown, I would win the majority decision.
And ever since that night, fans have been calling cap. Was it really grease? Was Tank looking for a break? Or was Roach really starting to break him down? All those questions got louder every day, and now we're finally getting the answers.
I already signed. My first contract is signed for an immediate rematch in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him. I hope we can get it done because I want to show the world again that that wasn't a fluke.
Earlier today, on First Take, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, yes, the loudest man in sports media, confirmed that the rematch is locked in for June 21st in Las Vegas, and both camps are fully committed. And when Stephen A. says it on live TV, you already know it's real. This is what he said. The first fight between Tank and Roach was controversial, no doubt. And now I've been told, June 21st, Las Vegas, Davis and Roach are running it back. This time, someone's walking out with a real winner. Boom, right there. No rumors, no whispers, just straight facts on national television. And if you know anything about Stephen A., he's not putting his name on something unless it's airtight.
Promoter Gary Jonas shed some light on the negotiations for the rematch. While he didn't give too many details, Jonas did say that the second bout between Davis and Roach Jr. is all but finalized. Let's hear what he got to say right now.
Important question on everyone's mind: how close is the rematch? How big will it be? How close is it to getting done?
Very close. It's in my mind, it's a done deal, but there are formalities, but it's a done deal and it's not far off.
But here's what's wild. Stephen A's announcement lined up perfectly with reports from both ESPN and Sports Illustrated over the past few weeks. Back on March 16th, SY's Chris Mannix tweeted, "A Tank Roach rematch could happen as early as June 21st in Las Vegas." Sources told at SE Now. Both sides now committed to running it back. Then ESPN's Salvador Rodriguez added fuel to the fire with his own tweet in early April. Davis Roach, too tentative for June 21st in Las Vegas. Jermell Charlo and Erislandy Lara could join the undercard. So let's recap. Sports Illustrated said June 21st. ESPN backed it. And now Stephen A just confirmed it on TV. The dots are all connected. This rematch is real.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed
Right.
for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we take it?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's gonna be soon. I'm hoping it's gonna be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
This ain't just about revenge or clearing the score. This fight is about legacy. For Gervonta Davis, everything's on the line. After that draw, people are saying he's not invincible anymore, that the knockouts might be drying up, that he's not the boogeyman everyone feared, and the fact that Roach made him look human, that messed with Tank's entire brand.
I don't want to say that's the blueprint. I just think that, that my plan unfolded the right way.
He needs this win to shut down the noise, to prove the Greece incident wasn't an excuse, to show the world that he's still the top dog at lightweight. Because another shaky performance, or worse, a loss, that could completely flip his career.
If you look at the whole fight, he was never bothering his eyes before
You jabbed him.
I jabbed him. Even that right hand that, like, you know what I'm saying, that kind of landed, he kind of rolled with it. But after that, you could see him wipe his eye. And then, right after I hit him with the jab, you could see him wipe his other eye. So it's like it was corresponding to which hand that I punched him with and exactly which eye. So it's like crazy for him to say, it's grease in my eye. And I think even when he say that, you could see me, because I'm right beside him, you could see me like, nigga, what you talking about? See, but who cares? Like, sweat gonna get in your eye, blood gonna get in your eye.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Spit fuck around and get in your eye. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like you can be like, all right, time out, ref. Hold on,
Take no
ref.
time out.
You can't do that.
On the flip side, Lamont Roach is stepping into this fight with nothing to lose and everything to gain. He was supposed to get steamrolled, but instead, he stood toe-to-toe with Tank, and might have even won if that 9th round was scored fairly. Now, with the world watching again, Roach has a chance to do what no man's ever done: beat Gervonta Davis clean. And if he does that, we're talking about a whole new face of boxing overnight. Vegas, the fight capital, June 21st. If you know boxing, you know that summer fights in Vegas hit different. The energy, the celebrities, the pressure. It's a spotlight few fighters are built for.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more. Definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But you gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to the drawing board and, you know, train a little harder.
And to make things even spicier, reports are saying the undercard could feature Jermell Charlo and Erislandy Lara. That's insane.
We did how many rounds? We probably did at least 8 straight.
Yeah, but you in the bag for about 8-2.
Yeah.
That's good. You're not in bad shape.
Add that to the fact that the first fight did crazy numbers. And you already know this one's about to break streaming records, gate revenue, and maybe even pay-per-view history. And don't forget, Tank Davis sells. Like, really sells. And now, with controversy behind him, people are watching either to see him dominate or get exposed. There's no in-between anymore. Let's talk development. Since March 1st, both fighters have made major adjustments behind the scenes. Word on the street is that Tank has been training with a whole new mindset. Way more focused, way less distractions. He's reportedly back with Derek James full-time, dialing in on technique, movement, and endurance. No more taking rounds off, no more lapses. And honestly, he needs that, because Roach exposed a few cracks. Meanwhile, Roach is leveling up too.
You know, obviously the part with the grease in the eye, that took on a life of its own. You know what I'm saying? That was a headline in the fight. One is, what did you think when he said that initially, just like the grease in the eye? But two is like, when you was in the fight, was there any point that you saw that? Like, did you see like him kind of messing with his eye, or did you have any indication that that was something that was bothering him?
No, see, and that's the thing. If you look at the whole fight, he was never bothering his eyes before
you jabbed him.
Before I jabbed him. Even that right hand that, like, you know what I'm saying, that kind of landed, he kind of rolled with it. But after that, you could see him wipe his eye. And then, right after I hit him with the jab, you could see him wipe his other eye. So it's like, it was corresponding to which hand that I punched him with and exactly which eye. So it's like crazy for him to say, it's grease in the eye. And I think even when he say that, you could see me, because I'm right beside him, you could see me like, nigga, what you talking about? So,
right. But you say you don't think he willing though.
Yeah, whatever. See, but who cares? Like, sweat gonna get in your eye, blood gonna get in your eye.
Yeah.
Spit fucking around and get in your eye. You know what I'm saying? But you, it's not like you can be like, all right, time out, ref. Hold on,
Take no
ref.
time out.
You can't do that.
Right. Would you be cool with Steve Willis doing the next fight?
Hell no.
He can't do the next.
No, he can't do the next fight.
Right.
No.
Pops is a no.
Hell no.
Yeah, fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
You know how many
Coach Ben on him, man. He lucky he ain't running Coach Ben after that fight.
But look how many times he look at how many times he fucked the fight up though. Right. The knee, him going to the corner to get assistance, like who knows? Not saying that they did any cheating shit or nothing like that. But like he wiped his face with a towel. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do none of that.
Right.
It's a disqualification. You turned your back on the ref after you took a knee. Usually the ref will be like, all right, he don't want to fight no more. Fight's off.
Rumors are flying that he's bringing in sparring partners that match Tank's explosiveness. He's working on speed, counterpunching, and timing those signature Tank bombs. Because if he can survive the early rounds and drag Tank into deep water again, Roach knows he can outbox him.
I think the hardest puncher I ever faced. No. And I ain't shitting on him or nothing like that. He can punch. But Jonathan Oquendo, he's from Puerto Rico. Bro, he got bricks in his hands, bro. I lied to you not. He punch hard. I ain't gonna lie. He a hard hand motherfucker.
And let's be real. After tasting that pressure on the big stage, Roach is only getting more dangerous. Let's not sugarcoat it. Tank is under more pressure than ever in his career. The media's circling, fans are questioning, and his haters? They're foaming at the mouth, praying for him to fold. But what makes this fight even crazier? The draw from the first bout made this personal. Tank doesn't just want to beat Roach. He wants to embarrass him. He wants to make the world forget that the first fight was even close. But with that kind of mindset, mistakes happen. Overcommitting, overreaching, and if Roach stays cool like last time, he might catch Tank slipping again. Win or lose, June 21st is going to shift boxing history. If Tank wins convincingly, he silences the critics and reestablishes himself as the face of the division. He can move on to fights with Shakur, Haney, or even a fantasy match with Teofimo.
Who do you want to see? You, as a guy that's in his trainer, that's like a father figure to him. You're training him all the time. You know him. Both y'all from the streets of Baltimore, the whole bit. Who do you want to see Tank fight, man?
I want him to get all of them that ran their mouth.
Give me the names. I need names, Calvin. I need names.
You already know. We went down. We working on the big four. It was Garcia. That's the first one. Roma, I hope we get him soon. Shakur, he's going to get it. He know he's going to get it. It's just Bob is in charge of that. You know what I'm saying? Bob know what he's doing over there. You can't tell Bob how to run his game because he's like a vet at this. He's been doing it for so many years. That's going to happen. All the fights that we'll want, they have no choice. They're going to take the fight when it's time to take the fight. It's just right now, who's going to take the fight? That's the question.
But if he loses, he becomes mortal, vulnerable, and once that aura's gone, the floodgates open. Meanwhile, Roach could change everything with just one performance, from underdog to champion, from respected to feared, from a footnote to a headline. It's wild how one fight can do all that, but that's the power of boxing.
What does the rematch look like between Lamont and Gervonta, you think?
I like Lamont in the rematch.
You were one of the few that kind of picked Lamont to begin with. Why was that?
I sparred with Lamont. I knew that he was a good fighter. He helped me get ready for the Oscar Valdez fight. And I knew his style, with Tank's style, what he was going to be able to bring to the table. I knew it. So.
Did you really win 20 rounds?
I swear to God, on my daughter's life, I won that much money.
How different does a rematch look in your opinion, Shakur? What adjustments do you think we see from both?
Huh?
What adjustments do we see from both in a rematch?
I think I can't tell you game plans. I could be fighting these guys, so I'm gonna keep my secrets to myself. But truthfully, they both good fighters.
Do you think it's a lot different rematch, or do you think it'll be close again?
It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
How did you see Tank in that fight? A lot of people are saying maybe he's just mentally not there. What did you see?
Nah, he was the same Tank. I don't believe that. I don't got no thought in my brain that makes me think that he wasn't the person he been all of these other fights. I think he was the same person. All this stuff that he going through stuff, I mean, everybody go through stuff. So he's the same fighter. He's going to be the same fighter throughout his career. So.
Mark your calendars. June 21st, Las Vegas. The Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach rematch is more than just a sequel. It's a war, a reckoning, a moment that'll define both of their careers. Stephen A. lit the fuse. The boxing world's watching, and the only thing left now is for these two to settle it in blood. Because in boxing, you don't get second chances often. And when you do, you better make it count. If you're hyped for Tank vs. Roach 2, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop your prediction in the comments. Does Roach finish the job, or does Tank redeem himself? Let's run it up and get this fight the spotlight it deserves.